Okay, since I'm awake, and it is now New Year's officially, New Year's Eve day, morning, New Year's Eve morning, okay. Don't think I'm gonna make that 3 o'clock. But if it's a full moon cycle, it means I'm definitely gonna be awake. I feel wide awake. So I think I'm just gonna make good use of this time as much as I can. And so the reading is gonna be, I realized, hey, Demi, you didn't do a 2021 peek. See what the cards have to say about 2021 for the new year. Predictions, I guess, if you will, but just trends that the cards pick up on is what I'm sharing. That the universe wants to impress upon viewers and myself as being pertinent. So, what is the message for 2021? What will we see happening? And again, I'm just going to let the universe pick up with what it wants to share. I'm sure there will be a lot of things. I'm sure I won't get all of them. I'm just going to let the universe randomly pick what it wants to put forth. Okay, I am using the Cathy Nichols deck. I believe this one is, it's either the Synchronicity or Story. And I think this one is Synchronicity. Okay. So, okay, we get Teacher. We get Magician. We get a Princess. And Attraction. Well, definitely I get a sense here about learning and as well as teaching. There's always two parts when it comes to teaching and learning. And I believe that the Magician, she's using the Magician similarly in this deck, though it is not a tarot. She does use some, borrow some, and we have definitely a year of looking back about how con men work and the manipulation of media and communication of quote-unquote, God, if I don't have to hear it one more day, fake news. I just get that that this is to teach us about the abuse of power, the misuse, and gaslighting. Now the Princess and Attraction. feel like we will be looking at issues that deal with young, vulnerable girls that are not quite yet women. I feel like we're dealing with issues of validity based on looks, and dealing with that. I think we'll be dealing with issues of the feminine youth that need healing. And this is perhaps, is this objectification? Because that's certainly been going on. And can't help but think of that with the Epstein readings and stuff more recently. There's definite change. And I think that 2020 was a big teacher year. And it's up to us to pick up and change. Also, COVID. This has us in a retreat. This is pandemic. How we communicate through a pandemic. Very teaching moment. And this has changed for the positive. That was one thing. Blocked. Bloom. I think definitely looking at where they have prevented us from. Oh, that is quite a glare. That made it worse. Hold on a moment. Well, I can't seem to get rid of the glare entirely, but I think this is a bit of an improvement. Anyhow, I feel like this is also dealing with things that have been blocked, where I feel like young women in particularly are concerned and have been prevented. Inequality, I feel like, perhaps dealing that they're kept from blooming here, from becoming more than what they becoming more fully who they are. There's an aspect of this that needs to change. There's healing around this issue. And I feel like this is dealing with the issues that arise from COVID, which will be considerable and varied, from dealing with people's health that has been basically permanently changed because of having this disease. And also, I think we're dealing with social issues here, about equality and inclusion, and youthful within the youth, what attracts them. But I think also we're dealing with objectification of young women. That kind of pops out. And especially with this blocked blooming card, it's like where they're not valued after a certain point, that women that are actually quite young are still considered to be old. You read in magazines now where they say, like, oh, and here's whatever film star who is for the sake of their bread and butter, which might be considerable if they're in those pages, like the Daily Mail and all that stuff. And here they are, and they always, in the Daily Mail is total rag, I get that. But it's not the only media that I've seen do this. But where they say someone, and she's 40, and it's like, geez, I'd love to see 40 again. They're acting like people that are young. There's such a double standard for women, and it's grotesque. And I think we'll be looking at conquering some of that very teaching moments. Lots of teaching moments are coming. And I think it has to do with how we express ourselves with that magician, and how we interact and relate, what we create, and especially media-wise, what I think young people are susceptible to seeing, and that kind of thing. It certainly feels that way to me. And that there needs to be healing, where there's been a prevention of, I think, full self-esteem, well-being in general. Probably, and not just, I do think primarily for, inclusion, especially where young women are concerned, and is more than just an object of, sexual desire. Because we get cards of the retreat and the need to heal and get real. Has us meant to progress and move forward as, I believe, we are intended to evolve. And to go through the difficult waters, the difficult challenges and changes that we have to address with equality, especially, I feel like, and past toxic attitudes towards people, and especially minorities. And here we have the Prince. The masculine part. So we're dealing with, definitely, I feel like even more comfortably to say that we're dealing with the aspects of wounded and toxic masculinity and feminine also, and everything and everyone, in between. There's got to be more inclusion so that we need to grow up. We just need to evolve and understand what matters, and get with the program. So I feel like there's the masculine and the feminine energy that is being looked at, and I feel like, and this is faith, this is not being able to necessarily see something, but trusting that you sense that there is something there that you can't quite put under a microscope for someone or prove to them. I think this also speaks to the fact that we've just continued to be optimistic that one day we would get this changed, where there are blocks of people being able to be fully who they are, no matter who they are, or how they identify. And it looks like we're going to be dealing more with these issues socially. And it says child. And what's really cool here, there's the beauty card, attraction, there's blooming, and there's child. I feel like there's freeing up of a natural part of, a normal part of who we are, rather than condemnation and restriction, or saying there's something wrong with you because you don't look like this person or that person, or you're not like this person or that person. I feel like we're going to deal more with working on these issues. And so to me, this would be inclusion and equality, a broad sweep of, everyone that's been given a role that they didn't particularly agree with or think is who they are or matches up. Much as I don't think the traditional male idea has been for women, I would not be that person. So this means there's more room for people like me and others, probably you, if you're watching this, like yourself. Just we're looking at more inclusiveness and opening things up so that people don't feel unnecessarily confined with regard to who they are innately, innately. The child within. I don't want to be cliche, but, and it's fun. I think also it's about how to have fun and be more childlike. We've had, our young people have definitely had their fun interrupted, and not just the young people, but young people of all ages. And so it looks like we're looking at 2021 as having some fun. That rhymes. 2021, we're going to have some fun. And just have faith and be persistent in pushing forward equality for everyone, because that equality for someone else doesn't mean that you don't have equality too. It means equality for you too. It's good for everybody. And summer, we get summer of 2021 as significant. Okay, what does it want to say? Trust. All right. So I think it's saying by next summer, things are going to lighten up. And we're going to be in a much better place. I feel like we're going to feel like, there's just, when I look at these cards, I feel like we're going to be outside enjoying what perhaps we wouldn't have enjoyed had we not gone through COVID. And these things will mean more to us, and we will get back to that. We will. It'll be a little different. That's okay. We're tough. We can put on our masks and do our best and deal with it. It's just too bad that our government didn't do what it was supposed to do to help us, and that we have been put in this very difficult moment of being, I think, taught a very teaching year. So 2020 was the teacher, I believe. and about how we communicate. Certainly when we have been confined, we still are. In fact, you guys, I'm in Northern California, and I'm not far from Linda, our wonderful Comanche, she's so funny, sidekick. I love her. She's East Bay. I'm on the peninsula at the coast, so I can wave over at her. Hi, Linda. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I'm in San Mateo County. I don't want to go into too further because there's too many wackos out in the world, but we're having more cases, and it's scary. I really don't want to have anything go wrong, seriously, because our hospitals right now are maxing out. We have the storyteller. I have that upside down, and gratitude. I feel like what will also generate is greater appreciation for entertainment, because that's what's gotten us through a pandemic. We're all looking at old films and YouTube things that we probably wouldn't have normally maybe even had the time to, or been inclined to. And I think that there is more appreciation for that art form of entertainment, for the art form of acting, and just the arts. Because to me, the artist of any kind is a storyteller. Whether they're conveying a story and a feeling and an experience through color and shape and form, or through reading the cards, or through making prosthetic devices. There's many artists in the world, as well as painters like my father. And I think what we're going to come away with is I think we're going to go into a really cool time with the arts. And we're going to see more inclusion. We're already just beginning to get the wheels to the crickety-cur, old racist wheels. We're trying to check them off because we don't like them. We want to put on wheels where everybody can have fun and we can all move forward, have a good time, and enjoy each other's company and learn new things. How fun is that? So I think, you know what, don't let all the heaviness of what we have to, the challenges we'll be facing, let you feel anything less than optimistic, because we're going to be moving forward. If we can just roll back from the intensity of this moment, and we're in such intense times, it's so hard to do. But if we can, we would see that we're really, I think, opening up our empathy, more of us. And I think this is good, and the universe likes that. And it's saying, good, okay, now enjoy, look what matters, Well, my family and my friends, the people that I take for granted every day. The people that, there we go, oh my God, my mom or my daughter or my son or my husband or my wife, my spouse, whatever, my bestie is getting on my nerves or whatever. And now we're like, oh my God, I love them so much. We needed that. And we needed to wake up and realize that there's people that need our help in ways we didn't know, and let us learn how we can be good allies to each other. I'm super excited. I know that sounds really corny, and somebody's probably going, gag. but it's corny as heck, yeah, but I'm corny, and I'm really looking forward. I want you to look forward too, since we've had so much hardship and your hearts have been broken. You know, we have good things to look forward to. And I see a really cool time where, with the arts, we're going to have more diverse voices and faces, and it's going to be so interesting. And we're going to learn more about each other. Magician. We're going to entertain each other and evolve the way the universe wants us to become more empathetic. We've been shown a very horrible example for 4 years that's nearly destroyed us. But the one thing that kept us from being, and will keep us from being destroyed, is love. Really and truly. Unconditional love. And despite being annoyed with each other, just like a family, because we really are all, I know, it's corny, we're all connected. We're, truly all related, and we're from Earth, We're all interconnected. What one does affects the other. So let's get on with it, shall we? Let's have some fun, damn it, instead of killing each other. Yeah, how about we think of ways how we can have even more fun rather than how we can be more horrible. I'm all for that, and it looks like a lot of you are, too. And I want you to hold on to that. It's not just fluff. I'm not fluffing your pillows. They don't pay me enough here to do that. But there's good things coming. This work is not in vain. And we have a lot of work yet to do. But it's an exciting time, and it's an important time. Be excited. Be excited. Find your excitement. I know that right now that might be hard. Because, boy, have we got some stinkers to deal with. But you know what? Just remember, we need to set aside petty stuff, unify, become intersectional, become inclusive, because everybody wins. Everybody. And that's beautiful. Happy New Year.